If you are interested in seeing how to actually lose weight on the ketogenic diet, how to make your ketones work for you, how to put yourself into ketosis and stay there, please stay tuned. Hey friends, happy Sunday. I hope you guys have had a fabulous week. Today we are going to continue last week's kind of breakthrough and see if it's still working and how I'm doing regarding this bad boy right here. This is the Keto Mojo ketone meter, okay? I've gotten, first off, thank you guys all for like watching last week's video. That was freaking awesome. But I've gotten a lot of questions on how it's still going. Am I still seeing results? What is happening since I started monitoring my ketones? So here's the thesis. A lot of people were confused too. They said, oh, you only added bulletproof coffee. That's all you did. You guys are kind of missing what I'm saying. Yes, I added bulletproof coffee to my daily intake, but I increased my fat is what I'm saying. Yes, bulletproof coffee was a way I used to increase my fat, but I increased my fat. I'm going to say this, and I know I'm probably going to get some backlash, and this is not just meant to disrespect or downplay anybody's knowledge or any of those things, okay? I feel that keto, I started keto, I want to say maybe 3 or 4 years ago. This is before Keto Connect even, like, I think they maybe just started. The only one really out there for any bit of information was Michelle Rock. She was really it, and I think Keto Connect just started. So it was like one of those things where it was a very fresh segment on Dr. Oz, and it just kind of came up, okay? And that's where it was. And keto, by definition, is a high-fat diet with moderate protein and very minimal carbs. That is what keto is. Now I feel like that it's became popular, and there's so many different experts, and they have their own way of doing keto and what they think works, and maybe they have showed other people to do it and may have worked for them. There are so many different ways to do keto, and I feel like myself included that I thought I knew. I did all those. I did like high carb keto. I did this kind of keto. I just didn't do basic keto. I did every other kind of keto but basic because I thought I knew, because I've been doing it for a long time. Yeah, I'm in ketosis. What are you talking about? For sure. I've been doing this forever. I wasn't in it. I was barely measuring. And I may be in it moderate, like a little bit, like get a little trace of the ketones in there, but then I would kick myself out. Last week I said, oh, you can drink Diet Pop without kicking yourself out of ketosis. That's a lie. It's a lie, and I lied, so I'm sorry about that. You may be able to have like 1 or 2, but maybe 1. I would say limit yourself to 1. If you could stay away from it altogether, I recommend it. I never tried Zevia because I'm not going to waste my money. I'm not paying that much money for a carbonated beverage. If not being in ketosis, this isn't that big of a deal to you, then, you know, obviously drink all what you want. But it definitely kicked me out. So remember last Sunday I said, I was drinking pop today, I've been fine. The next morning I woke up and I was completely out of ketosis. I was measuring like a 0.4. Yesterday night I went to a dinner for my daughter's friend, and I tried to eat the best I could. Like, I didn't eat the chicken. I tried to scrape the breading off. There was still a little bit on there. I had like 2 Diet Pops, you know, because everybody was like kind of having cocktails. I didn't want to walk around with water. And I woke up today and I was at, usually I'm waking up about a 1.3. I woke up at like a 0.8 today. So, which is still good, but nonetheless, you know, it was lower than I'm usually about a 1. So there's things that you have to watch. I think, and I understand that, and I'm with you guys that they're not cheap, okay? I mean, it's probably, you know, you need to measure your ketones one way or another. I think the blood test works the best. It is proven to work the best, or you can get the pee strips. You need to figure out if you have any trace of ketones in your body, because honestly, guys, as much as you think you're in ketosis, you are not. I promise you that, because I thought I was and I wasn't. That's why the scale wasn't moving, because I was not in ketosis, because I was eating more protein, or just as my fats and my proteins were matching. I wasn't even really doing keto. I was doing all these different versions because I was like, well, you know, something's not working. Why am I losing weight? I brought it back to traditional keto. My fats on average, and I know this might alarm some of you guys, are between 130 and 150 grams of fat every day. My protein, I barely am hitting maybe 75, 80, maybe. My carbs are staying 20 below. I have woke up every day this week, except for that day after, and today from that diet pop, with a 1.0 to a 1.5 in the ketosis range, okay? I have lost an additional 3 pounds this week. So last week I told you I was about 175 when I woke up in the morning. This morning I weighed in at about 172, okay? So I'm still losing weight consistently. I'm getting messages all over the place. Danielle, I can totally see it in your face. Your face is looking slimmer. The weight is coming off and it is melting off. Traditional keto works. I don't know where we took these different roads. I don't know, it's because like one person says like and guys, I know you love your doctor X, Y, and Z. I respect them, and this is no way bashing them. If you found they suggest a program and you feel like, oh my God, I've done this, I feel good, I look good, I'm seeing results, please stay with them, because that is what's working for you, and I want you to live and do your best. I want that for you. I want you guys to hit your goals more than I want myself to hit my goals, okay? And that doesn't necessarily mean keto. It could be Weight Watchers, it could be Atkins, it could be Mediterranean, it could be just calorie, whatever it is. I want that for you. I want you guys to feel and look your best. I want you guys to live your best life, okay? Genuinely, wholeheartedly, I love you guys and I care about you, and I want that for you, okay? But for me, traditional, old school, high fat, moderate protein, low carb works. And that's what I'm gonna keep doing until I see the scale stop moving. Once the scale stops moving, I'm gonna drop my fat down, and that's it. And you usually drop it down by 10 grams, okay? People ask me, how do you determine your macros? I used to follow this group on Facebook. I don't even know. I think it's Michelle's group, if I'm honest. I don't remember the name of it anymore. I think it's like, I can't remember. It's a keto group. And they suggest macros. And what their macro suggestion was, and this is what I used when I previously did it, and I was very successful, so that's what I'm doing right now. Whatever your ideal body weight is, or your ideal weight is, you're going to take that in grams of fat. So if you want to be 140 pounds, you're going to get yourself 140 grams of protein. That is your goal. You are going to want to hit that, okay? You're going to take the fat and you're going to cut that in half, and you're going to do that in protein. So half of 140 is 70. You're going to make 70 grams your hard limit. Do not exceed that 70 grams. Okay, and then 20 of net carbs, and that will be your total macros. That is what I'm going off of. I am still counting my macros on the daily. I am not intermittent fasting. I don't eat really late, but usually around 7:30 I'll have my bulletproof coffee. Then I go to the gym around 8:45. I'm home by 10:30. Before I hit the gym, I have my pre-workout. I'm home by 10:30. Between 10:30 and 11, I'm eating my first meal. Usually that's a pretty heavy meal. I might have a light dinner, maybe a little bit, just to sit down with the family. And I'll follow it up with either, sometimes I've been doing my 310 protein shake at night, just to kind of make sure I'm getting like some nutrients if I'm low on any of my macros. Or I'll do like another cup of coffee, and I'll just throw my base in there to give me some extra ketones in my system, and that's it. So this is what I wanted to share with you. When I'm making, I do it either way, but when I'm doing my 310 shakes, or if I'm just, if I don't feel like having the salted caramel in my coffee, I use the 310 MCT oil. I really like it. It's good. I'm almost out. I'm going to have to order me, I'm like less than half. So I'm going to order me another one of these I like it. I'm gonna do a full day of eating with using my macro or using the Keto Mojo this week. So look out for that, but I'm using this. And then if I wanted to do, sometimes I use this as well. This is the vanilla one from Perfect Keto. This one's really great too. This has flavor, so if you wanted to add a little extra flavor, this is really good. I have the vanilla, but the salted caramel is way better. I'm just saying it. It's really good, but the salted caramel is like way better. So yeah, this one. And then I also have this base, which is the salted caramel. This is the exogenous ketones. This will also help kick you into ketosis faster. Okay, I'm gonna say this, and this isn't throwing shade at nobody. I actually got an email from this, or a message on Instagram, and she said, you know, how are you, you know, getting your numbers so high? I'm really struggling. I said, have you tried exogenous ketones? And she said she worked for one and it didn't work. And I said, oh, you know, there's these different brands. I know people who sell these. And she said, I tested with them. I used to sell them. They didn't do anything for me. I liked the energy, but that was it. So I told her, this is another one. I know it's way cheaper than any other brands. I have a link for it down below. Again, guys, I know that I do get, it's like an affiliate link, so I get like a few bucks, I think, maybe a few cents. I don't know. If you guys want to use it, use my code. Feel free. If not, you don't have to. I'm just saying this is what I use. This is what works for me. There's plenty other people on social media who work with Perfect Keto as well, and they could definitely, you can use our code too. So don't, you know, whatever you want to do. I hate feeling like a salesperson. That's why I don't like pushing stuff. But nonetheless, this is what I've been using. And yeah, so definitely I was really kind of pissed off about the pop thing. I was really enjoying my carbonated beverages. I have been noticing a lot more keto symptoms that I forgot, such as keto breath. It is very real. You get really dry mouth, and you just get like dry mouth, and it's like right now it's happening to me. So I'm chugging the water. I'm also doing, I don't buy a lot of the electrolyte supplements, but I do the electrolyte water. I am taking supplements, so I take an additional potassium, magnesium, and I take a multivitamin. Yeah, that's really what it is. So here's another thing too. Let's talk more about the Keto Mojo. I am by all means not an expert, okay? So I guess with the Keto Mojo, you can test your blood sugar and you can test your ketones. My blood sugar has stayed steady between 85 and 90. It's usually around 88, honestly. That's like, I could pretty much bet. When do I test? They also do, I think it's called the GKI. It's like a number that you can get that's like it's like I don't know how, I think you divide your glucose into your ketones and it gives you like this percent, and it tells you like if you're in maximum glucose ketone index. I don't know, it's very scientific, but it offers that if you wanted that, okay? So when do I test? That's a big question. I wait exactly 1 hour, no sooner, because you will notice a difference. There's this, I was reading on their newsletter, on the Keto Mojo newsletter. It's like this thing where when people wake up and if they test too early, your body's not fully up and functioning yet. So it's not really moving. It's not really like the engine isn't really turned on. So you're going to get a lower reading. So before you eat anything, wait at least an hour. So usually what I do is I'm usually up about 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'll get up, I walk Benny, you know, I do all my things, and I usually wake my kids up about 7. So right after I wake them up and I put out their clothes, I'll come back to the kitchen. I'll test my ketones, and then I'll start my coffee. Okay, and then that's just kind of how my morning goes, which you'll see in a video. I can tell you this. When I jump on the scale, I can tell you if there's been days where like my weight stayed the same and I was like, okay, my ketone level is a little low. I can tell you if it's going to be like a 0.7, 0.6, 0.8, because the scale won't move. It'll stay exactly the same. I can tell you when I kicked myself out, when I jumped on the scale on Monday, I was up a pound. And I was like, what the hell happened? But then I checked my blood and I was like, I'm completely out. So people wonder how it's correlated. If I am in, you know, that optimal between 1 to 3 on the ketone meter, I can tell you that my body is burning that fat. The scale is going to show some sort of loss. Is it going to be like 2-3 pounds? I don't know, but it's some sort of loss. If it's a 0.2 something, it's something that you will see the scale will move down. If you're barely, you know, you're just getting to like a 0.8, 0.7, something like that, it usually will just stay the same. And then again, if it's very low, then I can tell you the scale is going to go up. That's how you know. And I remember Keto SB on Instagram, she said that because she was taking some like exogenous ketones, and she's like, I already know the scale is going to move. Like, I already know when I just testing my blood. And I was like, what is she talking about? What is she talking about? And then I was like, oh shit, that's how it works. So if you guys are struggling, if you are at your wit's end, honestly guys, I would just get the meter. So I guess my link down below offers you 15% off. The cheapest meter is $55. And I want to say it gives you like, gosh, I don't know. Let's do the math, but I know it's going to give you a little bit of money off. Uno momento. So it's going to be about $46, okay? The little testing strips are expensive. I think they're $50. That the discount's only good for the monitors. So yeah, but initially right now it's probably going to be a little expensive. Like, I hated spending that money, but I will say this though, you're not going to test as frequently once you get the hang of things. Right now I'm testing about 2 to 3 times a day. It's usually like morning, like mid-afternoon, to make sure, because I'm still learning what triggers a response, you know, what's good or bad on the meter. And then once at night before bed to make sure everything I've been doing is on par, okay? Once I finally get like the hang of it and I can like tell in my body and my mental, like once I really figure out the science, then I'll just cut down to in the morning just to make sure I'm staying on track. You don't have to test as frequently as I do. It's just I'm learning this and I want to be really good at it. So that's why I'm doing it, because I really generally like the way I feel. A lot of people ask like what kicks me out, what doesn't. I tried a bang the other day. It did not kick me out of ketosis. I know some people did. I don't know what they were doing, but I did test when I came home from the gym. I didn't test like a half an hour afterwards. It was after a workout and I was fine. I was like a 1.5. As far as hitting the gym, I am struggling with couch to 5K. I need your help. I'm stretching really, really good. At Planet Fitness, they have like a stretch cage, and I'm stretching my hips, my thighs. It's like my calves and my shins are cramping, and I just can't run it. Maybe maybe I have it too slow. Maybe I run it like a 4.9. Maybe I need to like increase it. Maybe that's the problem. I have good shoes. I got the really thick good shoes. I mean, somebody told me I should try the tape. Maybe I'll get the tape and that'll help. But I have to repeat. I don't have to, but I'm going to repeat this week 2 again for the 90-second intervals, because I barely could make it. I'm not going to go on to 120-second intervals when I can barely make the 20. So we're going to repeat that again. But I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I definitely love the good sweat it does, and I feel like a boss when I do it. So I'm definitely sticking with that. And I think that was pretty much it. Also, if you guys didn't notice last week, I talked about Thomas Delore, and you know, well, he found out we were talking about him because he commented on last week's video. So I'm probably not going to invite him to dinner anymore. Just saying. But if you guys were going to go with him and wanted to invite me to go with you, just go ahead and hit me up. I'll take the voyage. But yeah, that was embarrassing. Nonetheless, we're going to keep on keeping on. So yeah, pretty much that's what I wanted to kind of touch on. The items I am using, so I told you the 310 MCT oil. I still do the shakes at night if I'm not really hungry, just to make sure I hit, you know, some of my macros. I'm making sure I'm getting real close to that fat, guys. I know a lot of people say, oh, don't worry if you don't hit it. You need to hit your fat to keep yourself in ketosis, okay? Not as concerned with the protein as I am with the fat. Definitely still doing the bulletproof coffee. I am, you know, some days I'll add in the exogenous ketones depending on what I eat that day. I'm still tracking, so very much still strict keto, dirty keto, but we strict about it, okay? And I think that's it. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys see? Like, I feel like my face is looking a lot slimmer. I'm gonna stand up here. But my stomach area too, I feel like you can definitely tell how it's going. So, and I thought it was really impressive too that I was able to lose weight while I was still on my cycle. So I was like, huh, impressive. So yeah, that was pretty much it. So I would love to know how your week is going. If you guys have any more questions, I am not an expert on the Keto Mojo or any of these keto meters. You don't have to purchase this particular one I have. There's millions out there. This is just the only one I have, and they gave me a code so you guys can get some money off of. But there's tons out there. I know a lot of people use Keto Coach as well. Whatever you guys want to use, I just suggest you get something, because as much of an expert as we think we are on this way of eating, because we've been doing it a long time, you still always have room for growth because you don't know everything. And I thought I did. So, you know, we gonna work on it though, okay? So this week we're gonna hit the gym. I'm going to repeat that second week, Couch to 5K. I'm gonna send out this week's Halloween, which is insane. We're gonna do a couple, I think I'm gonna do all full days of eating this week. I have a really good cooking recipe that's gonna go up this week as well for some more easy dinners for you guys. So hopefully it will help, especially since the holidays are coming and I know everybody's gonna be super busy. So I got some super easy recipes that you guys can just kind of throw together real quick, have yourself a meal and not worry about a thing. I'm gonna do, maybe we'll do 2 of them. So if you guys are here for it, maybe we'll do 2 full days of eating, and I'll show you what the ketone meter, if my full days of eating are, I don't know if you guys would like them. So yeah, also if you guys are new here, hey, what's up? My name is Danielle, and we do this keto thing a few times a week, but I also include other things that are really relevant in everyday life. Starting next Saturday, we are going to start slaying Saturdays for the holiday season. So it's gonna be, you know, Christmas holiday related. So it's gonna be really fun. I hope you guys will stick around and make sure you check those videos out as well. I would love for you guys to subscribe. It's a really good place to be. I would love for you to join our crew. We're real friends here, and we're real good people. So the more the merrier. I was gonna tell you one more thing. Halloween's Thursday. We're shook. It's gonna snow here. I don't know what we're gonna do. Oh, yeah, one more thing. So I've been getting a lot of questions about holidays and Thanksgiving and all this stuff. Do not worry, my friends. I would not leave you guys out in the cold. I have some really great ideas coming up. We're gonna touch on tons of things that are holiday related, not only for Thanksgiving, but we're also gonna do a bunch of stuff for Christmas as well. So please hit that subscribe bell, turn on the notification bell so you guys know every time I upload. So I do have a video from last Thanksgiving. If you guys want to check it out, I believe it's around here somewhere. But I'm going to do some other things. If you guys want to see how to make anything in particular, let me know down below. If you guys have any videos that you want to see, let me know down below as well. Or yeah, that's about it. But all right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I love y'all so much, and I will see you on the next one. Take it easy, friends.